speak more than my words, but I'll still tell their story. Dirty hands, wee ones with fingernails that could free any adult from their chains, dug deep in the dirt of my mother's garden, the woman who I must lower my hands to pardon, because no matter what she did or does or will never do, she's still my mother, and my wee hands dug deep beside her in what would eventually harden. Hands that gripped a tree that grew in the years with me that took me away, hands over tiny ears so I couldn't hear, but I did, and was reminded every day. Hands that grew fingers long enough to be mysterious, to hide away words I wrote between the lines in schoolwork that no one ever noticed, so I sat alone in that murk and let these hands discover bodies before they were bodies. Open up like the fly to my pants, they never fumbled somehow in the backwoods of elementary school where we risked the chance. My very hands pushed on ones owned by two boys, too many boys. My hands touched too many boys. From the time I was the windowsill ripe age of 4, it continued like white noise until I reached my early 20s when I decided as a preteen I was a whore. Whether that's the truth or in my mind, it was my burden that I bore. And I'd let you push me face down to the floor. I'm not staying there, I don't want it, I'm not her anymore because God, what I have to squeeze shut, am afraid of what should be precious is sore. Strip me down to my core. Put your hands to mine, will you ignore, like the eyes cast away in the street? Or will you feel inclined like a mission assigned from a heaven divine to grip my shaking hands, to slow my heartbeat? Tie me around your neck like a cape, for I am thin, a sheet. Hands pale, brittle, the spine of a starved albino crow, warm them please. I'm soon to be obsolete. I know the image before you is vile, a piece of meat. But please, there's an alley over there. We can be discreet, won't you? Loan me some heat. But it's not what you think. I told you. Those demons don't own me anymore. I'm just a little incomplete. I need some help. Maybe advice on how to get to my feet, stop them from running, grounded, stable, so I can stand to defeat what disabled my hands from my wrists from my arms, so that when arms held me right, I pushed. My hands have pushed what was right in front of my face. Hands as timid as my own that used to trace the body I would eventually deface. But she gripped onto me, and I gripped the sharpest blade. The rainy night sky, our bleak embrace, my fist found her palm, and I pushed that blade inside and told her to cut. Make a line you can't erase. I must have been thirsty for the cold, because since that night, it has seeped down to my bones, gripped hard, and still has hold. And maybe that's the reason why these hands shake. But shouldn't these lines have foretold that too quick I would go from young to old, and that everything I wanted to touch would break? Skin me, my flesh is marbled with chill, and it's stuck like connective tissue as if it was God's very own will that my small figure had to fill the void in my chest on my own. These cold ashen hands are wrapped tight and still. They stay rigid, hard as stone, and while I resist the urge to hit my muscle with knuckle and bone, somewhere off in the distance the wind is calling me her poetic drone. But no, I must stay. I want to want the day, even if I want it alone. So I'll make fists beneath my knees to save myself from their brutality that demands a kind of finality. I'll be Quasimodo hunched over, hands beneath my... One moment. Sorry. I'll be Quasimodo, hunched over, hands pinned with my weight, because I refuse to be my own fatality. I might not have ever been able to say that, but I got lucky, because these hands, they found a piece of magic, and it said, stop with your hard hands over your fists, and you can't hold water if your palms are open. Your life isn't so tragic. She had a peculiar voice, and one that gave me no choice. And for some reason, I listened. Somehow, a pair of hands found mine, unafraid to have her fingers entwined in that which was broken and covered in grime, a touch as soft as sand, that didn't demand. She wove her fingers around my own instantly. My questions understood, known. It felt like small ocean waves, quiet but sturdy and warm. And each time one broke on the shore, it washed deeper through me, easing out the storm. But sometimes the cold rain still falls hard, and the veins in my hands, they look more like scars.